All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Tokyo, Japan for Deep Jewels number 31. We're going to the Atomweight main event. Saori Oshima coming in at 3-1, taking on Shiyu Park coming in at 3-2. A couple notes before I get into the fight. Oshima was fresh off of winning the Deep microweight title. Deep is the parent company of Deep Jewels. Oshima started her career at super atom weight at like 110, then moved down to microweight at 97 pounds, and is now fighting at atom weight. Now on Park's side, this is her first fight in a year. She spent the 2 weeks before the fight, though, stuck basically in her hotel room in quarantine, and I'll get into that more later. But yeah, she basically could not train the final 2 weeks before the fight. She's also the first fighter to come from outside Japan and fight in Japan since the COVID lockdowns began. Okay, so getting into the fight. Now, Oshima basically attacked with takedowns pretty much right out of the gate, almost from the bell. Now, Park was able to defend several of them, but Oshima did eventually get her down, and Park started defending off her back. She defended several of Oshima's sub-attempts. Oshima had a real quick arm bar that didn't last long, and then she attacked a knee bar that Park, spent like 30 seconds to a minute trying to escape. Now, after she got out of the knee bar, Park stood. Oshima again just decided to keep going for takedowns. Park defended some of them, started sprawling. Now, she did get a warning for an elbow to the back of Oshima's head, which it looked borderline. It was hard to tell because Oshima had her hair loose. Like, she has short, like a bob haircut, but it was loose, so her hair was everywhere. It was kind of hard to tell where the back of her head was. Anyway, Oshima got a final takedown in the closing seconds of the first round. For the second, Park was looking to strike. Oshima, again, was looking for takedowns, which Park fairly easily defended in the second. After a while, there was a referee reset because they were near the ropes. Park stood and again sprawled on Oshima, and after a scramble, Park threw an illegal soccer kick that the ref stopped the fight and deducted a point for. So not a smart move on her part. After that, most of the round was Oshima attempting takedowns and Park utilizing a sprawl and brawl strategy to defeat them. Oshima did eventually get a takedown, but Park was able to fight her way out and on top and landed, short punches and hammer fists to the turtled Oshima. So for the third and final round, they came out and Park started easily picking apart Oshima from range. She just definitely had the superior striking, and it again forced Oshima to go for some non-setup takedowns, which again Park employed the sprawl and brawl technique, and every time Oshima would go for a takedown, Park would sprawl, land some ground and pound, and basically fight towards a stand-up. Oshima, she would often resort to butt scooting. Like if Park sprawled, Oshima would fall back to her back, start butt scooting, and Park would stand up and move away, and the referee was forced to stand Oshima up. In the closing second, like about 20 seconds left, Oshima went for a takedown. Park was able to reverse it and ended the fight in the guard of Oshima, landing some ground and pound. So it went to the judges, and one judge had it 28-27 Park. Two of the judges had it 28-28. Now, Deep Jewels has a system in place. It's called a must decision, where if you have a draw, they don't want no draws are allowed. So you have to decide a winner. And both of the judges that saw it 28-28 gave their must decision to the winner via now unanimous decision, Shiyu Park. The reason Deep Jewels has that is because most of their fights are only 2 rounds, and so that's to prevent, a buttload of draws. Some after-fact notes. Oshima actually received a higher billing for this fight because of her being the deep microweight champ, but she just straight up got outclassed by Park, honestly. Was able to get her down a few times, but that was really it. Now, as I mentioned before, Park had to spend the previous 2 weeks leading up to the fight in quarantine. She said afterwards that basically the only thing she could really do was to focus on her weight cut. So she came in here with like no last minute training and came in and won after spending 2 weeks in a hotel room doing, nothing but working on her weight cut. Now, she did mention that she is going to stay in Japan until her next fight, which I'll get into later. There was a noticeable size difference here. Oshima was a smaller looking fighter. I was amazed that she started at super atomweight, but when you're starting your career, you got to take the opportunities there. I think she'll definitely go back to microweight now. Now, for things to work on, for Oshima, this is a must, needs to set up her takedowns with strikes before going for them, because most of her takedowns were just from too far out, because she was not throwing the strikes to set them up because she was too afraid of Park's reach and striking. So she was throwing the takedowns from way outside and not setting them up properly so Park could see them coming from a mile away. Now for Park, she needs to work on being patient. She threw that illegal soccer kick in the second round, almost cost her the win. Any other promotion that goes round by round scoring would have labeled it a draw, because it would have been a majority draw because 2 judges saw it 28-28 because she lost that point in the second round. So she's got to work on her patience. Now for fights to make. For Park, she basically punched her ticket to the Deep Jewels Atomweight tournament. They're going to start that in March at Deep Jewels 32. The Atomweight title is currently vacant, so the winner of that will win the title. That goes down tentatively scheduled for March 7th. And Park is going to stay in Japan. She's already found a gym to train at to work on that so that she doesn't have to, go back to Korea and then come to Japan 2 weeks out and go into quarantine again. And then for Oshima, she's most likely going to go back to the deep microweight division and set up a first title defense there. She still is the deep microweight champ, so honestly, that's where she belongs. She looks too small for atomweight, and because Shiyu Park is not big for an atomweight, and she looks smaller than Park, definitely belongs at microweight, I think, which is probably going to end up being a growing division in Japan in the future. Okay, so those are my thoughts on the fight. Now, this fight is available on its own on YouTube now. I'll put a link in a pinned comment down below. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like. While you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.